Okay, that's right. The Crusader's back. And in this video, by popular demand, I'm going to be letting you guys know a great place or resource that you can go to find zombie debt accounts. You know, the ones that go great with the zombie debt reassignment workshop that you can get at thecrusadercave.com. Ever since I released that video, people have been saying, hey, this is a great workshop, but where do I go to find accounts? I need help finding the accounts. And I've heard you guys, so now I'm going to give you my answer. Go to getcatcher.com. Debtcatcher is pretty much like an eBay for buying and selling debts, if you can believe that. It costs $20 if you want to use it for one day. That's in order to send messages to people who are selling debts. And it costs $40 if you want to use it for 3 months. So I would do the 3-month package if this is something you plan on doing. If you go onto that website, it gives you a whole list of different people selling accounts. They're selling individual accounts. They're saying whether or not they've got the documentation. But again, it's up to you to make sure they have all that stuff before you do the deal. And now, just like I said, this place is like an eBay for buying and selling debts. I can't, if something goes wrong, if you do a deal with somebody on that website, I mean, that's got nothing to do with me. Just like eBay, some sellers are good, some sellers aren't. But it's definitely a direction you can go to where people are selling accounts and they seem to be in the know, saying that they have the documentation and everything that's needed in order to reassign the debt, forgive it, and then transfer it to somebody else's credit profile. So I highly recommend you guys check this site out. Now, as far as this video is concerned, I can't make this video just about that, telling you about Debtcatcher. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and do a review. We've got another YouTuber who made a video that I checked out, and it was pretty good. It was talking about an auto trade line, how to make your own auto trade line. And after watching this video, what he said definitely makes sense, and it would definitely has a great chance of working. He suggested you go and you find somebody who has a free and clear title, and then you go to the credit union and say you're going to buy the car. You say, let's just say the car is worth $20,000. You then say, all right, well, I'm going to buy the car for $20,000, but I've put $10,000 down. I already gave the $10,000, so I only need another $10,000 to close out the deal. And that would make the credit union more apt to give you the loan. After you get the loan, you pay the car off, and then you give it back to your friend. So when you pay the car off, the account's going to be opened because you went and got the loan in the first place. When you pay it off, it's going to be a closed paid account, and that looks good on a credit report when you're going to buy cars. Here's the only thing that I'm seeing. Finding somebody that would go along and do that, that's going to be an ass kicker. I mean, you're really going to be pushing a friendship. So what I would suggest doing, I don't know, how people didn't already think of this, is why don't you just buy a cheap car? You buy a cheap car, fix it up a little bit, and then sell it for whatever. You could sell it for a little under if you're just trying to move it real fast just to get the primary, but you don't have to involve anybody else if you do that. So, I mean, I would just go buy a cheap car and then sell it. Buy a cheap car, fix it up, and then sell it. Like that's what I would do. I would think that would be a lot easier than the rigmarole of having somebody, have a car title and then switch it over to you and all this stuff. I mean, the registration, they got to register. I mean, that seems like there's a lot of moving parts in that could go wrong, if you know what I mean. Also, I will say this, just because you're putting half down at a credit union, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get approved guaranteed. Like if they can't validate you, then there's going to be issues regardless of your credit score and regardless of how much money you put down. That's why you need to make sure you're in public records. Now, I've got a public records workshop that's at the Crusader Cave. You can check it out. It'll show you how to get your credit profile into public records, so when they go to do a search, they can see that you actually exist. So that's all I'm going to say. But in general, I mean, it is a good idea as far as being able to, kind of navigate and to put a primary trade line on your credit report. It's 100% legal. There's nothing illegal about buying a car and then selling it. I mean, it is a loophole, but I just wanted to point out that I believe that just buying a cheap car and then selling it, that would be an easier way of going about things. But it's up to you guys. So, with that being said, I gotta get going. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Crusader out.